بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام الأتمان الأكملان على خير خلق الله نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن سار على نهجه إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. All praise and thanks due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon Nabiyyina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. ما زلنا في كتابنا القيم كتاب شيخ الإمام الألباني في صفة صلاة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. We are still discussing the unique book of the Imam Al-Albani about the descriptions of the prayer of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And last week or before that, we had the discussions about the Muslim when you are ready to pray, when you are ready to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have to make ablution, and there are things that you should be concerned about. These are parts of the salat, and we talked about istiqbal al-qibla, that when you are praying, you have to face the directions of the qibla. And then we mentioned that a prayer should also stand al-qiyamu ma' al-qudra. And we mentioned exceptional cases in these two issues. For example, if someone is sick and he cannot turn towards the qibla, we said that he should face the qibla for the first takbirat al-ihram and then continue his salat in the positions that he is or she is laying. And we said also when you're traveling, for example, you can make salat al-nafila by facing the qibla in your first takbirat al-ihram and then turn to which direction your car or beast is going to take you towards. Today, our discussion is about another part of salat, an-niyya, which is intentions. And تعريف النية عزم القلب على فعل العبادة تقربا إلى الله سبحانه وتعالى. When we say niyyah, it means that you should have the intention in your heart. By that, mahallul niyyah al-qalb. You should have the intentions in your heart that you are praying salat al-dhuhr or salat al-asr or salat al-maghrib for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you are praying and that is not your intentions is that people should praise you, then you will not obtain the ajr of salat. In fact, you will be punished by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the hadith, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Indeed, every deed will be rewarded based on your intention. So if your intentions is for Allah, then your deeds will be rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَنْ كَانَ هِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ فَهِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَمَنْ كَانَ هِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى الدُّنْيَا أو امرأة يصيبها أو ينكحها فهجرته إلى ما هاجر إليه. So your intentions is part of your salat. So الإمام يقول ولا بد للمصلي من أن ينوي الصلاة التي قام إليها وتعيينها بقلبه. Our Imam Sheikh Al-Albani, he said, and it is upon anyone who is going to stand in salat that he should have the intention and niyyah of the salat that he is going to pray. Now we're going to pray Salat al-Maghrib, so everyone will take the intentions that this salat, Salat al-Isha, We are praying and praying it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the niyyah will be word in your heart. He continued to say, كفضل الظهر أو العصر أو سنتهما مثلا وهو شرط أو ركن من الصلاة. It is a condition, it is a rukn, a pillar of salat. وأما التلفظ بها بلسانه فبدعة مخالفة للسنة. However, like some people will come and stand in salat and say, Allahumma inni nawaitu salat al-dhuhr, pronouncing it verbally. The Imam said that is contradictory to the sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then after the niyyah, we have what we call التكبير. قال ثم يستفتح الصلاة بقوله الله أكبر. And then the Imam said التكبير, which means to glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning Allahu Akbar, that Allah, it is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. You should pronounce that. والعلماء قالوا بأن التكبير يتركب من لفظين الله أكبر فلا يجوز ولا يصح الصلاة بدونهما. مثلا واحد يأتي ويقول أستغفر الله، العلماء قالوا هذا لا يجزئ بالصلاة، لا يجزئ عن التكبير الإحرام. قال ثم يستفتح الصلاة بقوله الله أكبر وهو ركن. You should open your prayer by saying Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. And there is something that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentions in al-hadith by saying مفتاح الصلاة طهور. The key to the prayer is cleanliness, purification. So if you are going to pray, you have to take wudu. That is the key to salat. لا يقبل الله صلاة أحدكم إلا على الطهارة. Your prayer will not be accepted until you are in a full state of tahara, purification. You have to be on wudu. And then Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَتَحْرِيمُهَا التَّكْبِيرُ. And what will make the salat upon you not to engage in anything except concentrating, paying attention to Allah, making your salat is by saying Allahu Akbar. So basically when you say Allahu Akbar, you have entered salat. Like that, you don't have to think about your business, your classes, or your car is broke down. No, you have to pay attention to your salat by saying Allahu Akbar. وَتَحْلِيلُهَا is what will make everything for you halal, ordinary things, is by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. And then the Imam, and also I would just like to make this notice that we're just trying to summarize some key points that the Imam make. And then he said, وَيَجُوزُ تَبْلِيغُ الْمُؤَذِّنِ تَكْبِيرَ الْإِمَامِ إِلَى النَّاسِ. We are in a big masjid and the microphone, the system cannot go all the way outside. And there is a mu'adhin or someone else, second man after the Imam, whose voice can reach the people that are outside. He can follow the Imam. If the Imam say Allahu Akbar, he should say Allahu Akbar. In a sense, to help those people that are outside to hear what the Imam is saying. ولا يكبر المأموم إلا عقب انتهاء الإمام من التكبير. And the Ma'mum, Al-Imam, is the one who leading the Salat. Al-Ma'mum is the one who following the Imam. The Ma'mum, someone who is behind the Imam, should not have competitions with the Imam in takbirat al-ihram by saying Allahu Akbar. So basically, what we're saying is that the ma'moom should not start the takbirat al-ihram before the imam. Because Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in a hadith, إِنَّمَا جُعِلَ الْإِمَامُ لِيُؤْتَمَّ بِهِ. The imam is there for we to follow the imam. So we will listen and the imam will say Allahu Akbar and we all will follow the imam. The imam hasn't say Allahu Akbar, you say Allahu Akbar. The ulama said that your salat is not correct. And then the imam said رَفْعُ الْيَدَيْنِ. If you say Allahu Akbar وَيَرْفَعْ يَدَيْهِ مَعَ التَّكْبِيرِ, you will raise your hand at the moment you are saying Allahu Akbar. And he gave options in this situation by saying قَبْلَهُ أَوْ بَعْدَهُ. You can say Allahu Akbar and then raise your hand, or you can say Allahu Akbar, raise your hand before التكبير. كل ذلك ثابت من السنة، يعني كل ذلك ثبت عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. وَيَرْفَعُهُمَا مَمْدُودَةَ الْأَصَابِعِ. And then when you're saying Allahu Akbar, you will not say Allahu Akbar while your fingers are tight like this. You have to stress your fingers. You have to stress your fingers. You should not do it like this. No, some people know. What the Imam said, that we should stretch our fingers when we're saying Allahu Akbar. وَيَجْعَلْ كَفَّيْهِ حَذْوَ مَنْكِبَيْهِ, which means you should raise your hand towards your shoulder. حَذْوَ مَنْكِبَيْهِ. And some people will do a mistake when they come for takbirat al-ihram, they'll say Allahu Akbar like this. That is not correct. That is not the perfect way to do it. You have to raise your hand towards your shoulder, أو وأحيانا يبالغ رفعهما حتى يحاذي بهما أطراف أذنيه. And sometimes you can raise your hand towards the level of your ears, but that is not necessary. So basically, it is okay to do it, but it is not necessary. And then when you say that, Allahu Akbar, the Imam said, ثم يضع يده اليمنى على اليسرى عقب التكبير. After you say Allahu Akbar, you should put your hand, the right hand, over what? The left hand. So basically, you should not do the left on the right. You should put the right over the left hand. And then he said, وَهُوَ مِن سُنَنِ الْأَنْبِيَاءِ عليهم الصلاة والسلام وأمر به رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أصحابه فلا يجوز إسدالهما. So basically, you will put your right hand on your left hand in salat, because it is the sunnah of the Prophet and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam commanded his companions to do that. And the Imam said, وَلَا يَجُوزُ إِسْدَالَهُمَا. And it is forbidden for you to just lift your hand to go down in salat. Madhab al-Malikiyya, some people mistook Imam Malik when he was beaten to the extent that his arm was injured. So he couldn't hold his hand. So what he did was he put his hand down. And there is مسألة الإسدال كما يقول العلماء. Even in the Muwatta Imam Malik, it is narrated that he used to hold his hand. He used to hold his hand, and that is the Sahih from that. And then when he said, you can put your hand on your palm or your right hand on the left, and also you can hold a sa'id. And then he said, وَيَضَعُهُمَا عَلَى صَدْرِهِ, and you will put it on your chest. And there are other narrations that you can hold it like this. But it would be a mistake for us to hold our hand like this, on your shoulder or on your waist, or any conditions or any situations like this. And then the Imam, and this is going to be our last topic tonight. And then he said, Al-Khushu' wa alayhi an yakhsha' fi salati. And when you are praying, after saying Allahu Akbar, you have to pay attention to your salah. وأن يجتنب كل ما يلهيه عنه من زخارف ونقوش فلا يصلي بحضرة الطعام يشتهيه ولا هو يدافعه البول والغائط. And this was our example today. You are praying, but there is a food. So the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, لا صلاة بحضرة الطعام, which means you are hungry and it is time to pray and you have all these good food that Jalallah al-Ikhwa brought us today. You are standing in prayer, but yet your mind is where? Oh, good. The food. You want to eat the food. So the khushu will not be there. And lubb salat al-khushu. So what you do is that you have to eat. After eating, then you pray. After eating, you then pray. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the hadith Aisha, لا صلاة بحضرة الطعام ولا هو يدافع الأخبثان, which means that if you want to go to the restroom, you should not stand in prayer while experiencing just difficulty. You have to go and release yourself and then make wudu and pray. وينظر في قيامه إلى موضع السجود. You should always look to the place that you are making sujood. وَلَا يَلْتَفِتُ يَمِينًا وَشِمَالًا. You should not look when you are praying. You should not look right or left. And a lot of brothers do that. Sometimes they just raise their face into the heavens. No, you should pray and your face should be down to your mahal al-sujud. وَلَا يَجُوزُ أَن يَرْفَعَ بَصَرَهُ إِلَى السَّمَاءِ. And it is forbidden upon you to raise your face, your eyes to heavens while praying. You're praying, you should look down to mahal al-sujud. And because if you do that or you look right and left, هذا اختلاس يختلسه الشيطان من صلاة العبد. It is snatches that shaitan will do in order to reduce the merits of your salat. هذا وصلي اللهم على نبينا محمد.